As Stakhovsky leading the way. Comes from Ukraine, and here is the two-time champion. Chair goes up for Marin CILIC. Very fine young man. Conducts himself with a lot of grace. And on court, of course, a one. Here in the second round. A little earlier, Janko Tipsarevic, our second seed here, had a pretty impressive start to the Aircel Chennai Open 2013 yesterday when he beat Edouard Roger Vasselin. And he visited the Vijay Shanti stall, one of our sponsors here, the official real estate partner of the Aircel Chennai Open 2013. Pride themselves on their budget offerings. Tipsarevic might just be thinking of picking up some real estate in this part of the world. He has done very well. Consistent performer, achiever at the Aircel Chennai Open. Won the doubles crown last year. Failed narrowly to win the singles. 3 fantastic sets, but he finished second best. Great to see him back here, as well as Marin CILIC. I think it's a tribute to how well the tournament is conducted year after year that some of the top players of the world have no compunction at all in returning to Chennai. And it's not just the tournament, it's the whole experience, the hotel, the food, and the various activities that are always held alongside the tennis. And of course the facility here at the Nungambakkam Tennis Center is also, I suppose, just right for conducting a major tournament. Plenty of courts outside. Center court's got a nice capacity. And one of the other delights that we always have here at the Aircel Chennai Open is the presence of the man to my right, Vijay Amritraj. Vijay, thanks for joining us again in the box, and could be a bit of a scrap, this one.
Yes, thank you very much, Charu. This promises to be a good test for Marin CILIC, one of the sponsors here, of course. The Volvo transporting the players around the Aircel Chennai Open. And that, of course, the Volvo S60.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here on day 4 of the Aircel Chennai Open 2013. Lovely Chennai evening. Temperatures beginning to dip. Getting a little cooler, which is good news for those gladiators out on centre court. 4 matches today. 2 singles, 2 doubles. Plenty of action, and you will be glad you made the time, made the decision to be here today. Quick introduction to our 2 players out on centre court for the first singles match. First to the right of the chair umpire. In the second round by getting past Ruben Levenmount, 7-6, 7-6, 2 tight tie breaks. His 10th year on the tour, broke into the top 105 years ago, reaching a career high of 31 in June 2011. But ended 2012 at 101. The winner of 4 tour titles so far, winning all 4 finals he has reached, a wonderful percentage of 100. 2 days shy of his 27th birthday, 6'4" from the Ukraine. Please welcome Sergiy Stakhovsky. And his opponent to the left, the chair umpire, of course, a very familiar face here in Chennai. In the second round, here to see a bye in the opening round. A consistent top 20 player for the last 5 years. Won his first title at New Haven in 2008 while still a teenager. Reached another 14 finals since, winning 7 more titles, including Queen's Club and Umag in 2012. 6'6", only 24 years old. From Croatia, the 3rd seed and the 2009 and 2010 winner right here in Chennai. Please welcome Marin CILIC.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match will be best of 3 tiebreaks.
So Tipsarevic and Stakhowsky finishing up their warm-up here.
Time.
Oh, excuse me, Marin CILIC and Stakhowsky. After Charu Sharma just did the introductions of the players on centre court. Stakhowsky, a very competent player, this man. Better backhand. Like most players seem to have in today's tennis. But he also is a very competent volleyer, Stakhowsky. You don't see much of that in today's tennis. So he's likely to come forward a bit more than usual than you would see some of the others. But also a very funny guy. You did a great job in the fashion show on the opening night of the Aircel Chennai Open, the 30th night, and had a lovely banter with me on stage. And quite impressive.
It's always nice to hear that tennis players who normally or are seen to be leading such a lonely, kind of focused professional life have that sense of humor. In fact, let's go back to it and take a quick look at what you were talking about, Vijay. Here we are.
So this was the fashion show, of course, which I hosted on the opening night, 30th night of December. And it was not just the girls there. There were a couple of the players in there as well. And there he is. That, I think, is Yuki Bambri. Yes, it is. Looking very nice in his Marks and Spencer suit. And there's Stakhowsky. There he is. Watch this. Watch this. Isn't he delightful?
True. Okay. Well, we've just started out on centre court. Yeah, but you're right. Obviously, he has a nice sense of humor. He can smile at adversity, we hope. And I was just mentioning earlier that they have played each other on hard court earlier. And Stakhowsky has gone down, but in tight 3-setters both times in the Masters 1000 events. So they should know each other's game pretty well.
One of his favorite shots, that, for CILIC, the off forehand from the left corner of the court.
Short replies these days at top level tennis is just almost always buried, 97 times out of 100. And such a lot of pressure on players to make sure that returns are deep. In a long rally, just one ball short and you sense it's over.
Right idea, didn't quite make it, but 30 love to 30 all.
That first volley of CILIC, he didn't cover himself in glory.
Clean hitting off the backhand, the error coming there, of course, but it's the rare single-handed backhand, Stakhowsky.
Deuce.
Wow, that
No
looked
challenge,
very
huh?
close, yeah. Well, it was also indicated by Stakhovsky as either long or wide, and it's very much on the line. So, whew.
So Prakash isn't the only one who let the challenge go there.
Yeah, but if I were to see this later as CILIC, I'd be a little annoyed at Stakhovsky because that indication of the ball being wide. That certainly was.
Advantage, Stakhovsky.
You know, as hard as I continue to try and like the two-handed backhand, Vijay, sorry about this, but it just doesn't, you know, I mean, a single-handed backhand is just so classic, so beautiful to watch. I know it's more error-prone, perhaps, but that double-handed backhand is such a weapon these days. I can't blame players, more players, well, in fact, 90% opting to go for it.
Very well played on break point there, CILIC. It's good serve, set up the shot response. Keeps that in nicely.
Advantage, CILIC.
Well done. Holding serve after a bit of bother there, CILIC. The opening game of the match. And but you know, Charu, he's come in here knowing he has his hands full. I mean, he's, as you rightly pointed out, he played tight matches against him in the past, against Stakhovsky, so he's coming in well prepared. That's what I love to see, young kids watching these matches and enjoying the tennis as much as everyone else. Really fantastic.
Well, events such as these are truly inspiring. You never know where and when the spark lights up. Isn't that a
Yes,
wonderful
Dad,
sign?
I'm on TV. Lovely pick up there. Good hands from Stakhovsky.
50 love.
Nicely done.
Both these guys are pretty competent volleyers, so makes them a little more all-court and more pleasing to see. They're not unidimensional for sure.
Stan Wawrinka has a similar sort of backhand. A single-hander. Often hard to do a lot of damage with it, but can be more consistent.
30-50.
If you total all the errors and count them, then in my limited experience, the one-handed backhand almost always seems to create more shanks.
Oh dear. Just misread the timing of that shot completely there.
30.
Stakhovsky might have even taken a slightly odd bounce because it jumped into him. He comes in here nicely. He gets the shot he wants off this ball here. And you see him there. He got handcuffed a bit.
40-30.
Good reply. To ace Cilic, not easy with that wingspan of his.
Game to Stakhovsky.
So 2 in a row. What Cilic can do, so can Stakhovsky. Although Cilic, of course, is keen on challenging it. Looked good, but you never know. Millimeters. Oh, perfect.
Court stands. He was looking at the mark. I was too fast announcing the score. 1 game more. Mr. Cilic has 2 challenges remaining.
Did he actually challenge the call?
Well, he eventually did, and which is why the chair umpire said you've got 2 challenges left, Cilic.
But I didn't think he raised his hand, did he?
He did, I saw that.
He did,
Yeah.
okay.
And of course he walked up, ambled across to see the mark.
I must have missed
At
it.
which point he must have said, oh shucks, I wish I hadn't challenged
Yes.
it.
He was on it,
30-11.
beaten by the pace of the Cilic forehand. Well, the door was open for the cross-court pass. Cilic makes no mistake with the break of serve, rather holding on to his serve. 2-1, first set.
Time.
Welcome back. Aircel Chennai Open, continuation of round 2. This year's championships. The new year well underway.
Good court coverage by Stakhovsky. And Cilic with a big error off the forehand.
30 love.
Oh, I say. Delicate shot played beautifully by Cilic,
40 love.
or rather by Stakhovsky, because he's got good hands, this young man. Watch this. This is a high volley. Not an easy one, but played beautifully by the man from Ukraine.
40-50.
It was an exceptional volley, but what a wonderful reply by Cilic. The next return, banged it back, and Stakhovsky, although the ball was close enough, it came back at such a speed, unable to control.
Okay. Stakhovsky.
Solid service game there.
2 games.
So after 14 minutes of play, all square in this first set, 2 games all. A sharp angle wide serve is a good one from that height. Hits the angle well.
Another perfect point by the two-time winner here in the Aircel Chennai Open. Out wide, and nicely done. Didn't try and do too much with that backhand volley. Perfect.
Pushed it over the baseline there. Cilic.
Was a nice return though. Sliced back very accurately by Stakhovsky. Nice and low.
Net. Facets.
Couple of unforced errors there from Cilic. Brings him back to 30 all.
Just seemed to get a little impatient, upped the pace of it, and it didn't serve him well. That whole business of trying to keep the returns deep sometimes just gets the better of players mentally.
Bit of a late call, and there's a challenge from Cilic.
Out.
I must confess it did look long. But it's in by a millimeter. Or in this case, maybe 3 millimeters.
Good challenge. Couple of loose points in this game from Cilic.
And the last service game, Vijay, which he again struggled a bit before he went through. So it's been anything but easy for the third seed. And of course, if you can consistently serve into the corners at 200 kph, always helps.
So there we have it. Again, a little bit of a hiccup there on the Cilic serve, but he holds on for 3-2 in the first set.
Time.
Marin CILIC ahead 3-2 in this opening set. You're watching live coverage of the Aircel Chennai Open 2013. Charu Sharma and myself watching this match from centre court. Stakhovsky serving it 2-3.
Well, no stirring point yet, Vijay. I mean, fairly short. Yeah, just about hitting the line. Stakhovsky is up the line forehand. Rohan Bopanna just married about a month and a half or so ago. And wasn't there a huge collection of tennis players in Coorg where he got married? Wonderful to see. New partner though, Rajiv Ram, and well, they're both professional doubles players as it were. And well, we hope that they do well through the rest of the year. A late decision by Stakhovsky to go up the line seemed to affect his accuracy. Pushed it just wide.
Bopanna, of course, third match on centre court with his partner Rajiv Ram. Benoit Paire and Stan Wawrinka, their opponents.
Game Stakhovsky. 3 games on.
So relatively easy hold for Stakhovsky. Locked at 3 games all in the opening set. And as we anticipated, it's not going to be easy for the third seed, Cilic. And here's our top seed, Tomas Berdych. Made the semis here 2 years ago.
He awaits his second round match against Somdev, which is the second match on centre court.
Lovely.
You heard the alley from Stakhovsky. Moved the Cilic around beautifully at the baseline there. And now a bit of bother on the Cilic serve.
Well, that point was played particularly well by both the players. I did mention some time back that we hadn't had a stirring rally that qualified. Eventually Cilic with the error. Gives it a close look.
Well, we get a closer look, don't we? With no challenges available to us. It's a danger with the one-handed backhand if you don't take the racket back soon enough. He was clearly late on that one-hander, Stakhovsky.
So much easier with the two-handed backhand of
Yes.
a shorter backswing. Just to be able to bunt it back, whatever. It's not quite possible with the one-handed. You do have to take a big swing ordinarily.
Got himself out of jail again with that fine service.
Well, this time Stakhovsky gave it a long look, but it was very much on the line. I mentioned this before already in the first set that Cilic's serving accuracy, something he's obviously worked on, hitting the lines and the corners time and again.
Majestic backhand there from Stakhovsky. The previous one floated just about on the baseline, but this one here that floats on the baseline just about caught the line, and then this majestic one-hander up the line winner gives him a break point.
If I might dare suggest, that's such a difficult shot, the one-handed up the line, and he played it to perfection.
This is the one I don't understand. He gave the guy a warning when he was ready to serve. I tell you, I'm not quite sure that they're sending us the right officials and the supervisor as well. They really... And that's long. And Stakhovsky has the break of serve. He'll come back after a very short break, but it's the man from Ukraine, 4-3 up with the break of serve.
Stakhovsky leads 4 games.
Play with 2 balls.
Yeah.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The ball gets like this big and I change it, and because of that come on. Great.
Well, in the change of ends there, Charu, we heard Cilic make his comment to the lines, to the umpire rather, saying I changed balls. After 2 long rallies, the balls get a bit fluffy, so I changed the ball, and for that we give me a time warning.
You know, take your point completely,
guy
Vijay.
just-
And especially when the game is carrying on and you're about ready to serve, and then suddenly you get a warning. It's like, what for? I can understand if you're disrupting the game, toweling off excessively in a corner when the 20 seconds are up.
Love 15.
This is a game that is tough to hold serve just when you've broken serve. Stakhovsky is questioning the call there, but didn't quite go for the challenge. Now he's wasted a few seconds walking up and down.
You took the words out of my mouth. If you walk up to try and question a call or look around, what's that counted in?
But they really are sending
Wait, please.
a poor grade of officials to the Aircel Chennai Open, which is wrong on the part of the ATP. Oh dear.
Love 13.
That's 2 double faults in a row.
Gosh. Well, as you keep saying, a break's not a break till you consolidate. He's in trouble. More trouble.
Just over the baseline, I think. Yes. Cilic doesn't question it. I think that warning is still bothering him.
But you can't hold it against him for not arguing, but just telling us the chair umpire, listen, you know, that's a little ridiculous. I think it's the intention of the player that's important.
Oh, well done.
Found a terrific angle. It's Stakhovsky.
13.
Wasn't in perfect balance for that shot, but still pulled it off. And there we are again. Well played. Was a short reply. As we have said earlier, so efficiently put away by the top players.
Game. Success.
Well, he certainly has made a few more unforced errors than he normally does.
Nice angle. Ball was called out.
But there's a challenge here from Cilic on that backhand.
I think
This one?
Yeah, wing and a prayer. I
Oh,
think
dear.
I think he knew it was out. Just one of those. Well, you never know. I think he has one challenge left.
5 games to 3. Mr. Cilic has 1 challenge remaining.
Interesting. If our third seed should go down in the opening game, of course, opening set that is. A quick look at shot placement for Stakhovsky.
Hasn't given him too many short balls, has he? Both the players have been hitting the ball fairly securely in the box there, between the service line and the baseline. So Cilic is serving to stay in this first set. 32 minutes into the match.
I'm sorry you missed it, but it was a pretty elementary backhand volley at the net, which he tried to play with soft hands and missed. So it's love 15.
Oh, he's playing with confidence, Stakhovsky. He really rifled that forehand up the line. Delightful stuff here. He's well behind the baseline as he rolls this one. And then look at the way he laces into this. From well behind the baseline, flattens this one out. This one for the winner. Well done.
15, 13.
Oh dear.
13.
Well, Stakhovsky is going to be kicking himself for missing that second serve return into the net.
Cilic seems like there's something bothering him, but he has to rise above that. He certainly dug himself out of a hole. Oh yes, climbed into that. Wonderful shot cross court, but he is still a break behind, and Stakhovsky will come back after the break to try and take the first set.
Welcome back. You're watching the Aircel Chennai Open 2013 from the Nungambakkam Tennis Stadium in Chennai, the capital of the southern state of Tamil Nadu. Enchanting Tamil Nadu, we call it here, in my home city, my home state. I grew up 5 minutes from the stadium to Don Bosco High School and Egmore and Loyola College. Literally 5 minutes from the Nungambakkam Stadium.
But the facility couldn't quite have been the way it is now.
The stadium wasn't there.
Right.
So Stakhovsky serving for the first set.
I mean, I don't mean to sound like it was 50 years ago, but...
well, it was.
Oh, that's just terrible. Regulation forehand. Doesn't seem himself, Cilic. But he is a fighter, has the ability to dig deep. Rajiv Ram on the right of the screen, the blue shirt, partnering Bopanna. Oh, there he is.
Now that is always a good return at any level of play. The off backhand from the deuce court struck perfectly by Cilic. This one here. When you finish your serve, you're always expecting a backhand. You're leaning towards that side, and when you get the off backhand from the opponent, it's hard to pick up. Good service. Marvelous service there, forcing the error from Cilic, and gives this young man 2 set points.
First tournament of the year can be a little rough. Right down the middle. Stakhovsky thinks he has it. Do we have a Cilic challenge? I think we do. And well worth it at this point of the game. It's perfect. Into the corner by Stakhovsky. And he takes the opening set 6-4 against the third seed, Marin CILIC.
Time.
Nungambakkam Tennis Stadium, dusk settling over Chennai. Coming up on 6 p.m. local time. We see highlights of this first set, which took 39 minutes. Stakhovsky getting the set with one break of serve.
Now that shot right there, Vijay, again showed the, how should we put it, not lack of commitment because you want to win every single match and every single point, but he just didn't maneuver himself into a useful position. The footwork wasn't there. Let's try to slam it back and missed.
Well, the errors are coming fast and furious from this young man. And the first game of the second set, probably the most important game of the match.
And that really was one of his favorite shots, the inside-out forehand. And he had plenty of time to play that. Maybe tried to do too much with it. Trying to find too much angle.
Yes, good serve. Just 199 kilometers per hour. Very important game for Cilic to hold serve here. Good forehand, straight up the line. Forces the error. Love 30 to 30 all.
Such a weapon. Have a good serve. Dug himself out of the hole, as he had to in the opening set several times. Just not that convincing in his service games, Cilic.
Oh, he was there.
Guessed right.
He picked the right side, Stakhovsky. Couldn't quite control the volley, the sheer pace of the Cilic forehand. But that was a monster game for Cilic to hold serve from love 30, the opening game of the second set. This one here was the one that did the damage. Forced him into the half volley and then forces the error. So Cilic holds the opening game of the second set.
50 all.
So, expensive double fault there from Stakhovsky to give Cilic a chance. There it is, as saying earlier, dust setting in, the lights are on here in the stadium. (15:30) second serve. Wonderful pickup there by Stakhovsky. Moving forward nicely, didn't he?
Well, I think he surprised Cilic, who just stayed back, expecting a not so clever return by Stakhovsky. Perhaps he caught it on the frame, who knows? But Cilic late to react, and of course couldn't do too much with it. An inspired performance by Stakhovsky here at centre court.
Well done. He knows how important the early stage of the second set is. Cilic.
A very cleverly constructed point by the third seed. Stakhovsky on the run, on the stretch.
He has flattened out that forehand.
Advantage, Stakhovsky.
Stakhovsky forces the error. Not an easy shot, this forehand. It was quite deep, this one. And then look at him, he's behind the baseline, but still manages to come up with a good off forehand. Just in. So a struggle on the service game of the Ukrainian.
Could this be the turning point for the third seed? He certainly gave that last forehand a little more than usual. Luckily it stayed in.
So slowly but surely Cilic working hard to squeeze out the break of serve. Gets the break point. Second game of the second set. Oh dear. So a couple of double faults in this game, helped by that major one at 30-40, gives Cilic crucial break of serve and arrest the momentum that was in Stakhovsky's favour. 2 games to love, second set.
Well, Vijay, we don't know how this match is going to go, and perhaps Cilic will pull it off, being the higher ranked player. But just on the basis of that first set, what separates somebody ranked 10, 14, and somebody ranked 101 who went on to win that set?
To be more consistent, actually, after the 6th and 7th ball in the rally. I think you watch 2 players playing, you see them both strike the ball extremely well. Movement can be good, physical fitness could be an issue as well, but how do they play those balls after the 4th, 5th and 6th balls? They continue to play it well.
30.
Well, he's still not looking fired up. The body language is very neutral, but two excellent serves by Cilic after the break.
40.
3.
It's always a tough shot.
40.
The low backhand about the service line, trying to scoop it up over the high part of the net. So Cilic consolidating the break of serve here very nicely. He lost the first set 6-4, but has come back to lead 3-love in the second.
Time.
So off to a flying start here in the second set. Cilic, much needed. Beautiful night in Chennai. Weather is perfect for tennis. Just a light breeze. Stakhovsky serving glove 3.
Love 15.
Well, it was a decent return by Cilic, but nothing that Stakhovsky couldn't have handled. Ah, the marathon man. Oh, new name for him.
I tell you, he looks pretty good, having played 5 matches in 4 days.
15.
Millimeters. That's
that was
the difference.
that was cute to you, Charu, to say he looks like me.
I'm sorry, there's a lot of his mother in him.
I know you're friends with my wife. That's nice. Thank you.
No, honestly.
This match, we haven't seen too many long rallies, have we?
Oh,
Lovely
yes.
shot.
Yeah, I mentioned that in the first set. I think there were just 1 or 2 which sort of got you to the edge of your chair, but otherwise they've been pretty short. And it's been heavy hitting though. He's been quick to close out the points.
40.
It's also measured over their old court game. Both of them have a nice balanced game and are quick to seize any opportunity to get to the net or change it up.
A little bit of a bluff there from Stakhovsky, trying to
Deuce.
serve volley, the second serve, this one. But again, guiding that return up the line very nicely, using the pace of the server.
Advantage, Stakhovsky.
Doesn't look too elegant when you get jammed on a body serve. Again, the problem with that one-handed backhand, you tend to skew it off many times. In a comparative percentage to a two-handed backhand. He has used that wide serve from the deuce court very well, Stakhovsky. As we said before, even somebody with the reach of Cilic unable to get to most of those serves. It seemed that Cilic lost his concentration there. Regulation, backhand cross-court slice, but missed it well wide and allows Stakhovsky to hold, get on the scoreboard in the second set. Cilic almost looks a little weary. His first match. I know there's all that off-season, and it is hot and humid. But
his coach Bob Brett is traveling with him for the first time to the Chennai Open. He surprised himself that he had a shot at that ball there, Stakhovsky. Couldn't quite decide whether to go up the line, cross court, or the lob.
Wasn't a particularly good shot by Cilic. After reaching it, he could have put it anywhere, but decided to go straight back to Stakhovsky. Anyway, got the point.
Wacky look. Great serve.
30 love. Net versus
Young fans enjoying the tennis, looking for autographs of the players. Yes, very nice volley, struck out in front. 4-1, Cilic, second set.
Time.
So Cilic looks firmly in command of the second set. It's just one break of serve though, 4-1 up, but there has been a momentum shift in this match after the first set. Stakhovsky will work very hard to stay one break behind if possible. Good serve.
15 love.
Well, in terms of serves, Stakhovsky giving back as good as he gets from Cilic. Threatening an easy hold to make it 4-2. Wonderful return.
40-30. New balls.
Change of ball, so there will be a change of racket for Stakhovsky. A little tighter on the string tension. Newly strung racket with new balls. Become a habit with all the players now. So they can hit through the ball a bit more. So keeping his service break. Cilic, 4-2 in the second set, having lost the first 6-4 on one service break.
Cilic didn't change his racket, did he?
No, he didn't. We didn't see him walk up to it, but a lot of the players, he might do it on the next, at the change of ends. Federer actually does it on cue.
Makes sense though when we talked in our opener today about, you know, matches being won and lost by just that 1 point, millimeters. This is what they do. Professionals at the game. Got to make sure you do every little thing possible to give yourself the advantage.
Solid volley there from Cilic.
14.
Wonderful serving there by Cilic. 5-2. Cilic second set. Stakhovsky won the first.
Takt.
Welcome back. Charo and I watching this centre court action, Nungambakkam Tennis Stadium. The Aircel Chennai Open 2013 continuation of the second round matches. Stakhovsky will now serve to stay in the second set.
Good start. From the tournament perspective, of course, good to see that Cilic is working his way back into this second round match. Stakhovsky did very well to be the better in the opening set. Not his go-to, which would have been inside out. Went for the tougher option. Up the line, Stakhovsky, no chance. Oh, I'm surprised that Cilic is not typically walking up and giving it a little glare. Just wide.
Another good challenge from Cilic.
15.
Very deep by Cilic. Stakhovsky unable to control. It's a little bit of trouble now.
Oh. 14. It's 30. Correction. 30.
Cilic powering on, piling on the pressure.
13, 14.
So that marvellous forehand from Cilic, forcing the error, gives him a set point to be able to start off the third. Yes, the ball toss, a little too far out in front, provides the double fault from Stakhovsky to give Cilic the second set. So an hour and 10 minutes into this match, it's a set all.
It's okay.
Welcome back to our coverage of the Aircel Chennai Open 2013. You're watching live action on day 4, second round, where the third seed Marin CILIC has fought his way back into the match against Sergiy Stakhovsky, who's ranked about 100, but he did take the opening set. CILIC slow to warm up, much better in the second though, 6-2. Vijay Amritraj alongside Charu Sharma, and well, it's good to see from the tournament perspective. And a quick shot there, you're about to say?
I was about to say, those are my friends, David and Brenda Frankel. Recently got married. They're from San Francisco, and they've traveled here to spend a day at the Chennai Open. There they are, David and Brenda Frankel from San Francisco. Very close friends, very, very close friend with Prakash. And they actually traveled from San Francisco to Agra to see the Taj Mahal, came down to watch the Chennai Open, and they leave tomorrow. Very close friends, and that's Pascal Dupuis, the general manager of the new Leela Palace Hotel that's opened in Chennai, a majestic property in MRC Nagar. If you got a chance to visit it, would be spectacular. And Pascal is the Swiss general manager of the hotel.
Well, they are fabulous hotels, but I like that that combination for the Aircel Chennai Open to be in the same basket as the Taj Mahal. You go to India, you got to see the Taj Mahal. And oh, by the way, don't
I
miss
was
the
talking
Aircel
about
Chennai
the little restaurant actually in Ahmedabad.
the Taj Mahal. There are 500 restaurants in every city in the country.
Oh, that crucial break of serve, the second one for Cilic, gives them the opportunity to start in the third.
Final six. Cilic to serve.
Well, Stakhovsky surely knows that he can match Cilic. Actually took the first set and has run him close previously as well. So let's see whether he can mount a comeback to give our third seed a more testing time. Plenty of pace on that one-handed backhander by Stakhovsky, and Cilic a little loose with his reply. Oh, too good. Again, very well constructed by Stakhovsky. He was favoured to win that. But this dipping return by Cilic was very well handled off the half volley by Stakhovsky. Good hands. Right, there's a challenge by Stakhovsky. That bomb down the middle. I shouldn't stretch my neck out here, but it looked good. Oh, what was he challenging?
15.
Mistook the mark for something else, I suspect.
Again, very good. Well inside at 194.
And another challenge.
Save it up, Stakhovsky. Save it up.
Flush on the line. Well, I guess he went for the challenges because it was love 30 and 15-30. Well played. A lot of pace from the Stakhovsky ground stroke there. So the opening game of the final set, it's break point for Stakhovsky.
Off the last forehand that Stakhovsky hit, he took 2 or 3 steps forward as if threatening to go to the net and then backed off. I wonder if Cilic saw that from corner of his eye. Perhaps induced the error.
Got caught a little too far back there, Stakhovsky. Cilic did well to keep the pressure on in that point. Mistimed it a fraction there. Points are getting trickier and longer.
Well, that was a good one, and Stakhovsky was favoured to win that off the short reply by Cilic. Stakhovsky had a look. Unfortunately, backhand not working its magic. And the third seed holds after being a bit of a bother in the opening game of the third set.
Well, 1-love for Cilic. Two of the crucial games in the match are usually the first game of the second and the first game of the final set. Always tends to arrest the momentum if it goes the other way. But this man is serving ahead in the final set, so it's a little bit of an advantage. Love one.
Lovely.
Well, as you said, Vijay, it's all about consistency after the 6th or 7th hit in a rally. Stakhovsky is beginning to lose out in that department.
Chose to go for the winner very early in the point there, Stakhovsky. And now under the gun, 15-30. Long point there. Trying to change direction of a deep ball, Cilic. 30-all. The element of surprise was there, but squeezed down a fraction too much, Stakhovsky. And the error of that drop shot gives this man a break point. Fine return of that good first serve. He came down at 190 kilometers per hour. And Cilic made a good off return. So a second break point. Oh dear. Got lucky there, Stakhovsky. Oh dear. Trying to squeeze out this break of serve. A couple of unforced errors there from Stakhovsky.
Yeah, they continue from the second set, where his backhand was particularly leaking out errors. On the forehand too, so these are big errors. Came from nowhere, completely unforced. And Cilic breaks in the opening service game of Stakhovsky, which is not good news for a man who went down 6-2 in the second. This is the time when it's possible you might be surrounded by all sorts of negative thoughts about how well you could be doing, should be doing. But things are not working and the whole world is against me. But he's a better player than this, Stakhovsky.
So much more difficult to move to the right after you're served than it is to your left. You saw the error there from Cilic.
Stakhovsky will be particularly displeased. He missed that slice backhand.
Waited for Stakhovsky to commit himself and then going the other way. Yes, well done. Good service game there for Marin Cilic. At 203 kilometers per hour, the last one. 3 games to love, final set.
A handsome lead for the third seed.
Time.
Climbed back into the match. That 6-2 in the second set and has continued. Stakhovsky, just a few too many errors of both the flanks. And Cilic, of course, piling on the pressure with some heavier ground strokes, as well as, of course, a very efficient serve. The aces down the middle, all bunched up and a couple wide. Good pressure by Stakhovsky, made a couple of clutch volleys.
15
The one thing he is doing well is serving, Stakhovsky. So that should give him heart. A much better point by Stakhovsky, very precise. Seems to have come back with new resolve after being broken early in this decider. Just a little more determination in his eyes.
14 up. Game. Stakhovsky.
That's the way to do it. Held that love on the scoreboard in the final set. Well, how is he going to find a way back to break Marin CILIC? Is what must concern him now.
I think he got close to a warning there, didn't he? Another one.
He missed it by a second and a half. Oh, long. Not easy. The shot was there. Plenty of space in the deuce court. Another brilliant serve. Right into the corner. Just so difficult to make any sort of return on that. What do you think Vijay has kept Cilic away from the top 10?
Just doing more of what he does well when he's winning on a more consistent basis. And I think that's exactly what he himself has said. Well done. In his interviews about why he hasn't made the top 10 or won a major yet, which I think he will. He's 24 years of age and he's got a very good future. He's got a great game. All he's going to do is get better and give him a chance to push the top guys. Now Andy Murray, I think, is 25. So is Djokovic. Just wide. A brave backhand though from Stakhovsky, and a fist pump to Bob Brett sitting up in the stands behind his coach, and he's up 4-1 in the final set.
Time.
4-1, Cilic, final set. He's come back brilliantly after dropping the first, but this will sharpen him up.
Net.
Take a look at it again. Let's take a look at the challenge here. Here it is. Got the line. So Cilic will lose the point. There will not be a replay.
Mr. Cilic has 2 challenges remaining.
Lovely shot.
13-15.
This one brings in Stakhovsky, and then he rolls this pass from the middle of the court. Not much angle to work with. He creates one. Well struck forehand up the line.
Well, the hitting certainly getting heavier.
14-15.
Brave shot by Stakhovsky. Big forehand by Stakhovsky. He's played that before and he pulled it off. Once again hold, but he break behind. I wonder if he's flicking his right hand off, as if there he goes again, as if to shake off a bit of an injury.
Serving at 4-2, final set, Cilic.
A long look at that by Stakhovsky. 199 down the middle and caught half the line. The early part of this match, those I shouldn't say elementary, but the basic backhand slices cross court were being played with great precision by Stakhovsky. Now missing more than making. 209 down the middle. No reply by Stakhovsky, or most people. Very precise serving, that's for sure.
So a good service game there from Cilic. And when we come back, Stakhovsky will serve to stay in the match.
Leads 5 games to 2. Left side, yeah. Time.
Welcome back. Marin CILIC has made a wonderful comeback after losing the first set 6-4. 2 breaks of serve in the second. And a break up in the final set. Stakhovsky serving at 2-5. Oh. Yes, the first backhand did the damage.
Love 15.
Couldn't quite get away from that service. Well done.
13.
Pulled it wide, that forehand.
I called it out, the baseline. I called the baseline out. Yes.
Well, it was a late call from the chair umpire.
Just that my head was to the right side and the mic is on the left. Mr. Stakhovsky is challenging the right baseline call. Ball was called out.
It was an overrule from the chair on that ball, and
replay the point.
It was an overrule from the chair, that ball.
You called it late.
No, you heard it.
The sound was there.
No, you heard it late maybe, but I didn't call
You
it
see the
late.
first callers.
Sitting over there.
Where?
In behind you.
What is this?
That's what I remember, Sergiy. That's why I
You
called it.
remember calling it out after he hit the shot.
That's not what I remember. Honestly, it's not what I remember. Otherwise, I would call it.
You don't know what you remember. That's the problem.
Well,
What?
well, this is what I remember. That's why I'm calling it. 40-30.
Well, I guess he's playing a let when it should have been game. Here's the supervisor we were talking about earlier and make those wrong calls and wrong judgments. And he's the one with the schedule I was referring to earlier on. Really made quite a mess of it. There it is. Stakhovsky holds on. Yeah. Managed to antagonize the player again, the umpire. So now Marin CILIC serving for the match. Pity didn't get his feet around to it. So 2 points away from victory, CILIC. Fine service down the middle. At 2:05. So after an hour and 46 minutes, CILIC has 3 match points. And just needs the one. 4-6, 6-2, 6-3 for Marin CILIC. Both the players certainly not pleased with the umpire at all. In the course of that match, had some altercations. Sizable crowd here for the second round match. And let's take a look at some of the stats from this match. 66% first serves in for Stakhovsky, 59 for CILIC, 14 aces to Stakhovsky's 4. Winners 27 for CILIC, 9 for Stakhovsky. Unforced errors 42 for CILIC, 38.
Huh?
Yes, I think Sergey played in the first set really well, served really good, and it was on me to adjust a little bit on the game and on the conditions, as it is my first match. And as the match went on, I think I served a little bit more better. I took more chances, and in the end, I played, I think, a solid last 2 sets.
Great way to finish, 2 aces. The service is really something that you're holding it well.
Well, yeah, I think I worked on it in the off-season, and of course it needs more time to stay there and to be very consistent. But I would say in the last set I served really well.
What else have you and Bob been working at? Is there some new secret weapon?
Not really. I mean, in the off season, you always want to improve on everything, improve your good things and your bad things to become better. So it's always a pleasure to work in those kind of conditions where you have at least 4 or 5 weeks. You are relaxed and you have time to work on those things. And I think it helps for all the players to become better.
Right, you know, the people here in Chennai do welcome you back, do love you, your presence, but they're not going to be satisfied unless you reach the final at the very least.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's great to be back, and I had great success in the past over here. Last year I couldn't play, and I was eager to come here and to do well. So thank you guys for support today. It was, I think, in few points it helped me, and when I was coming back, so it's great. Thank you.
Well, I mean, unasked for advice, but if you're going to do what you do in Chennai every year, I think you might want to consider picking up the local language, a few words.
Yeah, I'll have to. I mean, years back I was coming back, and I hope I'm going to be coming back in the future again.
And you're always welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, Marin CILIC, our third seed through to the next round. 4-6, 6-2, 6-3, back up to you in the box.
Thank you, Charu. And Marin CILIC there, coming through very nicely in sets 2 and 3. Most of his unforced errors came in the first set, but as he said, his first match after the layoff, the off-season, working hard in San Remo in Italy, Bob Brett, and now coming back to play Chennai. He won here in 2009 and 2010. Cilic looking for another win here. Seeded number 3. Getting some autograph balls into the stands. So a lot of tennis yet to be played here on the middle day of this Chennai Open week, and the Chennai fans enjoying the tennis. And coming up, of course, the match the Indians are looking forward to. Somdev Varman, a wild card into the tournament, and Thomas Berdych from the Czech Republic. There it is. This is the match of the day. He's seeded 1, of course. Berdych took a wild card because he didn't enter the tournament early enough and is now due to play Somdev Varman in the second round. We'll take a short break. Stay with us. The Aircel Chennai Open 2013.